What's up, y'all? What's going on? This is Lee Majors right here. Well, we got another hot one. I got on I'm getting on here today to actually discuss a little something with y'all as far as focusing and concentrating your energy. One of the things I want to start off with, and what we all got to know and realize, is that you only going to be what you focus on. And I wanted to get on the topic as far as like people concentrating their financial efforts as far as paying down their bills. Just give me 1 second, I'm going to cut this light off. Where people focusing their financial efforts on paying bills and then making different money investments and shit. As you can see, I'm trying to keep this fan on. But anyway, what I wanted to discuss was I had a conversation earlier with this young lady who's starting her own business. And I was telling her about actually like how she should break down, her billing cycle as far as paying her bills and shit like that. And I would advise all of y'all out there to start paying y'all bills up for months at a time. I'm talking about the 5 basic primary things that you actually need, which is the rent, the lights, which is the electric. That includes the phones, all right, the food, and clothes. You get them 4 out of the way first. Fuck cable, fuck anything else, unless you get them 4 out of the way first. When you concentrate on those 4 and you pay those 4 bills up, you can pay them shits up for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 months at a time. Now, granted, some people say, well, we can't pay our bills up months at a time. All right, that's bullshit. You can pay your bills up months at a time if you fast. Meaning, don't do a bunch of extra shit. If you pay the bills up or pay your rent up for 2 to 3 months or for 5 months, you save yourself a lot of headache and you save yourself a lot of, unnecessary slack and shit like that. Unnecessary problems. But you give yourself a lot of slack in the end because you can, the money that you would have had to pay in those months, you don't have to pay because you took a whole month's pay and you done paid those months up. So it's this effect called the snowball effect. And for any of y'all that make over, if you make $30,000 a year, this is how you make $30,000 a year work for you. You take $15,000 of that, the first $15,000, and you pay all the basic, those 4 bills up, months at a time. And that money will snowball and it will roll over. So you may not party for maybe like 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 months. But if you do it like that, the rest of the year, you'll be good. I can remember back in college when we used to pay for our room and board up front and it cost like $5,000. But you had room and board for the next 6 or 7 months. That made sense. That's the last time I've ever seen like when we lived in the dorms and shit like that, where we made sense of how we would run our finances. And I think as grown-ups, far as all us being college graduates or whatever the fuck, we need to implement the same thing today. This 30-day thing, where they have the 30-day billing cycle, I understand that for some bills. For some bills, you could do the 30-day thing, all right? And I'm not saying that this technique is for everybody, but if you're trying not to be in debt or not to be rushing to pay, you know what I'm saying, your rent and shit like that, then that's the way that you need to do it. Because paying shit every 30 days sucks. The true security with making sure that the rent get paid, if you pay the motherfucker 3 months at a time. Just in case if anything happens, it's just like insurance. Just in case if anything happens, those months are covered. So you work all summer to pay the rent all winter. You work all summer to pay the rent all winter. If you take 3 months pay, you can pay for 6 months worth of living as far as renting, if you're a renting person. So to all my guys out there and females out there, I run How to Manage Your Money channel, right? And I teach people how to manage their money. How to manage it. How to manage it. How to manage your resources. Pay your phone bill up. If your phone bill is $75 a month, pay your phone bill up 2 and 3 months at a time. If it's $75, send them motherfuckers $300, yo. This is how you beat out certain different things and stop things from happening, because what'll end up happening is that you'll have certain situations or certain different emergencies that will occur. And if you pay your basic primaries up for 4 or 5 months at a time, you're able, you for one, you could be able to help other people. That's one. Two, you know what I'm saying, if anything come up, you'll have the liquid cash to deal with it. Your money need to be doing something at all times. Don't nobody out there need to save their money. And what I mean is that you need to put your money into things that's going to make you more money. Your money always need to be moving around. You understand what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that pay your bills up. Instead of partying and doing all that other shit before you go to party or whatever like that. Like, we rolling after this summer. Y'all work hard all winter to prepare for next summer. I'm investing over $50,000 at $10,000 a year. Every year for the next 5 years. $10,000 a year, every year for the next 5 motherfucking years. You wanna know why? Because I'm telling all you niggas out there, all right? All my black people out there, the economical structure is fucking changing. The job market is changing. You motherfuckers better start investing your money now or whatever, else y'all ain't gonna have no homes. Pay attention to the job market. Black folks need to pay attention to what the fuck is going on with this economy. Shit is getting real fickle and real fucked up. So I'm letting y'all know now. This is Lee Majors on How to Manage Your Money. I'm letting you know right now, if y'all don't start investing in something, I don't give a fuck if it's toothpicks and soap powder, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Start putting your fucking money into something that's gonna make you something. Not jewelry or nothing like that. I'm talking about into businesses, shit that create jobs. Opening up laundromats, different shit that could stimulate, you know what I'm saying, something for the neighborhoods and shit like that. All right? Stock market. Fuck with the stock market. Fuck what anybody else say, young. You know what I'm saying? Black people were some of the first people on the stock market. So what? We were the first pieces of stock. Invest in that shit, Slim. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. Start putting your money where your money can make more money. Whether you invest into a person, a fucking animal, a place or thing, anything that's assets that you could turn into liquid, make sure that you invest into that shit. I'm telling you now. Because what's going on now is this. We have artificial, we have AIs taking over. We have artificial intelligence that's taking over. And if anybody out there understand the game, you know what I'm saying, on how things are maneuvering, if the money is not condensed, if we're not condensing that money into our communities or whatever, right? A lot of jobs is going to be lost for a lot of our brothers and sisters out there. Because we already have to go abroad to get supplies anyway from people that's not within our circle. So if we don't start doing something now, within the next 10 years, you're going to see more fucked up shit that's happening. I don't know if y'all saw that shit that's in California. And this is what I talk about by, you know what I'm saying, far as like war and finance. And I tell y'all females out there that y'all got to start studying fucking, you know what I'm saying, military science. Not just from a physical way, but also an economical way too. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like I said, we have to outsource our jobs. We're not creating our own jobs as a whole. Now, individually, I know me, myself, I don't work for no corporate structure no more. I can't stand that shit anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I gave a lot of my time up to corporate structure and trying to work up abroad and thinking that these people going to take care of you when they're not going to do that. They just not going to do that. So it's good that you invest into your own household. But getting back to what I was saying, when you snowball your bills, as far as when you pay your bills, if you ain't got that much money, the thing is that you take 1 month's pay and you put it into paying one bill up at a time. Now, you may have to go without for maybe about 30 or 40 days, but you save yourself some money rolling over to those next months. So if you got a phone bill that's $75, you pay that shit up for 5 to 6 months. If you got a light bill that's $100 and something, you pay that shit up for 5 to 6 months. All right? If you got your food and shit like that, you can keep your food costs current. If you got any deep freezers or whatever like that, then you go ahead and you buy your shit in bulk. What I advise you to do is to buy your stuff in bulk or whatever and keep an inventory list at the house. So that way when your inventory get low, you do your inventory every week and you stay on top of that. My food costs don't go no more than probably like $183 a month because I have everything stacked and packed. I make sure that I have almost over, about maybe 500 pounds in dry foods, about 1,000 pounds, 500 pounds a piece in dry foods and canned foods. You understand what I'm saying? And then cases of water and shit like that. So you want to make sure the only thing that the $183 probably go towards it go towards meats. And we don't eat a whole lot of meats. There's only certain meats that we eat. But that's what it goes towards, that and maybe like juices and drinks and shit like that. But other than that, it don't go above 183. So you want to govern that. All right? The average household, for what it takes for a household to basically run when it comes to food, the rent, the clothes, and the electricity, it don't go above $25,000, if that. If you in an apartment, maybe 15. If you in the house, 25, maybe 30, depending on the mortgage or whatever. I'm talking about without going out or without doing any type of other extra shit. It doesn't go above that. So we have to understand what resource management is all the fucking about. All right, y'all gotta watch how many times a month y'all going out to fucking eat. Because I see niggas all the time easily go out and spend $400 or $500 on fucking curry out. On eating out. Shrimp and lobster and all that other bum ass shit. You understand what I'm saying? No. Nigga, keep that shit to a minimum. If you do go out or if you want to treat yourself, do that shit once a week. Cut that shit down. It's all about activity. You see this? Niggas gotta have an activity sheet like this. These are numbers that's written down of payouts, money that's going out and money that's coming in. You understand what I'm saying? You have to have a notebook and shit with lists of different things that you got to do. You understand what I'm saying? All of what I'm saying is that y'all have to definitely pay attention to what the fuck y'all doing with your resources. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to turn that goddamn camera around. But another thing too, on what I wanted to start to talk about. After you finish, looking at your bills and shit like that, then you look at all the extra shit that you're doing. Make sure you keep all your receipts and everything. If you want to keep more money inside the house, you need to take 7% of everything that you make, which is like $11 a day. All right, $11 a day, and put that shit in a can. I don't give a fuck if it's a box of Fruit Loops, a can with some fucking candy that used to be in it. I don't give a fuck what it is, yo. make sure that you put 11% away. All right? I mean 7%, sorry, which is like $11. That's $300 a month. Stuff that shit in a can and keep that shit in the house. And you can use that, you know what I'm saying, that money to go on ahead to invest into anything that you want, or use it for an emergency fund or something like that. All right? But y'all got to slowly stop fucking with these banks. Stop fucking with the banks. I started keeping my money into policies and shit like that, and started keeping my money in the stock markets and shit, and started keeping my money in the stocks and bonds and shit like that, where it's well protected and where I can get access to it. Don't put your money in nothing that you can't gain access to. But I don't fuck with no more banks, and I don't fuck with no more credit cards. I left all that shit alone. I pay for everything outright. I don't owe nobody shit. Look at me, y'all. I don't owe nobody a motherfucking thing. I am debt motherfucking free, goddammit. You understand what I'm saying? Debt motherfucking free. And I'm gonna tell you something. All right? To start understanding this game for a lot of you black people out there, what's fucking y'all up is the interest that these motherfuckers is taxing y'all niggas with. Because you banking with these people and you don't know what the fuck you doing. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck you doing. You know how, lawyers got language and court got language? Well, money has a language. And a lot of y'all niggas out there don't know the language. You know how to throw it up and put it up to your ear like a phone, but you don't know how the way that these bankers and shit, how the way that they talk with these different phrases and shit like that when dealing with fucking money, or when you doing business with a fucking bank. So I'm gonna hip y'all to something that's good, all right? When you dealing with the motherfucking banks, if you not doing business with the banks, a person, you can have a shitty credit score, right? A shitty credit score. But because I've been banking with that bank and keeping all my money in that bank, they'll give me a loan before they give you a loan. You want to know why? Because it's not about your fucking credit score. So get that shit up out your head. It's about if you made investments in that bank, because if you made investments in that bank with a money marketing account, which is an MMA, if you got a savings account, all right, if you invested in CDs, or if you just invested in the bank itself, they know and they look at you as a cash asset. So if you got more than $30,000 in there, right, you can have a fucking credit score of fucking a box of Fruit Loops. They gonna give you the loan because you've been banking with them for 10 years. And they know that's where you resting all your assets at. If they need to come collect, well, you already got all their money anyway. So it's just as simple as that. This is what a lot of y'all need to know. It's money out here for every fucking body. In fact, it's money in the household. The thing is that why y'all gotta work all these motherfucking jobs? When I started cutting everybody off and I stopped having motherfuckers paying everybody off and stopped having these people collect interest off of me, I noticed one thing. My dollar became stronger. Now, I make all right money. I don't have a bunch of baby mothers and shit. I got one child. My child, 23, well, she be 24 this year. And I got one grandson. I don't have a bunch of kids and shit like that. It's just me, technically. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is this. When you look at where you keeping your money and how you making your money, and then when you spending your money, and then when your money go out, they getting interest on if you got a car, they charging you interest on that. Whatever bank that you going through on that, they charging you interest on that. So you got to work 3 and 4 jobs. When I started paying everybody off, right, my dollar became way stronger. So you can make more money than me, but I can save more than you. Because what I'm saving, that's what they taking out on your ass in interest. So it's just like we making the same. Damn near. If you inadvertently look at it. If you got to work 2 and 3 jobs, it's too much interest being snatched out of the motherfucking house, and you got to do the numbers to look at to see who's sucking up more shit between the credit cards, your car payments, your student loans, you got about 50% worth of interest coming out of the fucking household. This is why you motherfuckers is struggling. That's the key answer. It's the key motherfucking answer. This is why you're not able to pay your rent. It ain't because of the amount of money that you're making or you think you need to get a new job. It's how much interest is being sucked out of the house. Ding! Think about it. Any bank loans, any school loans, any back loans, any shit that you owe the government as far as taxes is concerned. This is why you have to work 2 and 3 motherfucking jobs. I work one goddamn job. One. I work one damn job. One job. Because I don't owe nobody shit and I don't bank with these motherfuckers that charge a whole bunch of goddamn interest. You feel me? I don't bank with these people. Now I do have one account because I do buy stocks and shit like that. So I got one account. I'm gonna cut this fucking light on. I do got one account because I be buying up like stocks and bonds and shit like that. So I use that one checking account to fucking buy shit up. Just give me 1 second. But other than that, I don't fucking deal with banks. All of them fucking banks, they can suck ass and they can go to fucking hell. Because they've been drenching people for years. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you do deal with them, and I tell everybody like this, all right, if you buy a house from them, understand and know the way to beat these motherfuckers is understand how much interest that they charging you. And then you have to pay the difference. If you don't sit down and do the goddamn math when you go to buy a house or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Because your whole mortgage don't go towards the principal of the house. Certain words like principal, interest. I mean, just different little in-between shit that's in the fine print that they don't be telling niggas. You understand what I'm saying? So if they charge you 1.3% interest on a house that you may be paying damn near, $300,000 for, you need to know how much is that plus some on that $300,000. And then understand this, when you do lay a lump sum down, all right, the first 2 years of your payment, the first 2 years of your fucking payment goes to interest alone. Not unless you say otherwise. And people don't understand that. When you pay your mortgage, you have to tell the bank, look, I want to put an extra $200-300 down on the principal and write a letter and have that when you pay that mortgage. Look up the definition of mortgage and what they do with the mortgages with these banks. That's first and foremost. Second, it all starts inside the house. All right? So pay your rent up. Pay your rent up for 2 and 3 months at a time. Sacrifice going out for about 3 months and pay your rent up for 2 and 3 months at a time. That will secure your position a little bit more. All right? Cut out a whole bunch of shit. I'm not saying that y'all niggas can't go out there and have fun. I can't, what I'm saying is, I'm saying that y'all can't go out there and have fun. Y'all can have fun, but the thing is that when you go ahead and you stimulate these things, those 4 things, the rent, the lights, you know what I'm saying, food, and the clothes. 4, y'all will be all right. Y'all will be all right, and that goes for the men out there too. You understand what I'm saying? Pay your child support up 2 and 3 months at a time. Secure your position. A lot of us got to stop being selfish and let that money go. But when you let the money go and you spend the money on where it's supposed to go at, then you won't run into a whole lot of future problems with an actually, you know what I'm saying, with an actually like owing shit. And then for all of you guys out there that's co-parenting, for all of the men, pay attention to this shit. Write up a written contract to your baby mother and make sure that you pay her 15% of everything that you make. You can write up a contract and go get it notarized and pay her 15% of everything that you make with a check without even getting involved with the courts. These are little small things that can help out the black household. Now, everybody can't live together or agree, with each other. But we can come and meet up to a common ground to where as though we can make shit just a little better. Just a little better. We don't even gotta like each other, but for the sake of survival as a whole, we could kind of have somewhat of an understanding and meet each other somewhat halfway. So all I'm saying to y'all is this. This year, going into 2020, we have to be a lot smarter. With our money, not only just with our money, but with putting in with our families and shit like that. I'll be one of the first black men to start to talk about that shit. Now, I ain't gonna get on here and start rambling and all of that shit and talk about nonsense and showing how I'm eating food and all that shit and, doing all dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? A nigga is taking his motherfucking vitamins. I'm drinking my motherfucking, energy tonic drink. And I'm sitting up here, documenting and putting shit down. I decided to do this live today because it was something that I was thinking about. And I needed to say that shit out loud because what I do is I try to, I do advise a lot of people on how to manage their resources or whatever. So I get calls from people calling me up, and I give them different systems and shit to go by. A lot of these systems I go by myself. When I was in debt for about maybe $70,000 to $80,000. I paid that shit. I ran holes in my shoes, dude. I paid that shit down in 4.5 years. I ain't do shit. All I did was train, study, and work. I was beans and rice like shit and paid that shit off. So I know that if I could do that, and trust me, I didn't have the big jobs like y'all got out there making 6 figures. You understand what I'm saying? I did that, working meager jobs here. I had one main job, but, the way how I paid it off was shit. I paid them bitches off $15,000 a year until it was all paid off. I ain't do shit. I got rest. I didn't stress myself. I just dedicated, my mission was to give them everything that I had to pay them off, to back them the fuck up off of me. At the same time, I took care of my family, my moms or whatever. Moved in with my moms. I downsized, paid my mother rent. You understand what I'm saying? Made sure that I kept the money in the family, and I just went to work and came home every motherfucking day for like 4 fucking years. I lived like a Shaolin monk. And that's why now, I don't have to do that now, and I don't owe nobody now from the sacrifice that I did. So 4 years of sacrificing to be free, debt free. So, yeah, that's it. How to manage your money is definitely important. It's definitely important that y'all guys manage our money. I would advise, like I said, look up the stock. They got the Robinhood app. I don't know how many of y'all is familiar with the Robinhood app, but I work off my phone. And, when I want to buy something, or if I see a company that I'm interested in, or if I see something that look like something that could be a potential of some future earnings, I go right on in. I type the company in. I look at how much the shares are, and I buy as many shares as I want to. I purchase shares in like 38 different companies. So I read about 2 to 3 hours a day as far as doing the financial analysis, to see what, the activity of the company and shit. And I just do that. When y'all buy stock too, understand and know this. When you own stock in the company, that don't necessarily mean it's fast money. So I'm gonna let some of you niggas know what time it is. When you got stock in the company, it is what it is. That means you're a shareholder of the company. So you can look and see where you at with the money and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And if you made some money, then you can sell some shares. So let's say you got like 12,000 shares, right? And you've been buying shares for like the last 2-3 years. And you may go up, if you got 12,000 shares, if you go up to, $2 a share or $1.15 a share, you could purchase something. You make dividends and shit like that, or you make, maybe 50 cents to $1 on your money that you already got in there as far as each per share. So you could use that money to finance and purchase whatever it is that you want. It's always going to be a gamble in life. I'd rather put my money in the stock market than to go to a fucking casino. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm more guaranteed that I will make money from doing that. than gambling out here with some of these other motherfuckers who be having niggas' fates in their hand and shit like that. Also, too, you could buy government debt. You could buy bank bonds. The main thing, people, is that what I did was I started earning interest on my money instead of getting interest taken out of my money. I started earning interest on my money instead of getting interest taken out of my money. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to buy stuff up that's going to make you money. Then you can work one job. I'm 43 years old. By the time I'm 50, I have $1.4 million in the fucking bank. In assets. And all kinds of shit. Not cash, but in assets. It's a difference. Shit that I own, you know what I'm saying, will be worth that much. My assets will be worth that much. Not me having cash like Floyd and them, but I'll have $1.4 million in assets as far as stocks, you know, investing in businesses, you know what I'm saying, bonds, insurance policies, and different things like that. That's the shit that you want to buy the fuck up. I got one joint now where, you know how like people be relying on Social Security or whatever. I got one joint now that I'm investing into where it's called Paycheck. It's called Paycheck Plus. And if some of you do the research, it's with Combined Insurance Company. And Paycheck Plus, they have this thing on there far as like when you get sick, or if something was to happen to you, or if you get hurt on the job, or you get sick, or you can't work, you know, you purchase a policy where as though, you know, if you down, while you down, you know what I'm saying, they send you, you know, they send you a nice substantial amount, like $2,000 to $3,000 a month, you know, to make sure that your bills stay paid. So I pay for that every month and every year. When you put a policy out on something, right? The policy is a lot of working parts to policies. And just to let you know what I'm saying, you could design the policy like you design like you design a record contract. You understand what I'm saying? You could design the policy to look out for you to build more cash value and all that other shit. So, I mean, we got to get into this shit. But I lay down every night knowing that I secured my position. That is the true security, ladies. Being financially organized, being an investor, paying your bills up for months at a time, that is the true security. You want to know why? Because you are your greatest investment. I'm not going to buy a flashy ass car or look like a fucking big ass bottle of motherfucking Sprite if I ain't got food in my house or a fucking roof to have you come to or to live underneath her. If you want to find a good man or have the true security, what's the true security? Is a nigga that know how to pay his motherfucking bills. That's the true security, his financial discipline. All you motherfuckers out there, y'all pick these stupid motherfuckers to be with, and the nigga don't know shit. He couldn't manage his way out of a fucking fruit basket. So it starts at home first. Everybody want to own businesses and don't even know the responsibility of that. They don't know. They don't fucking know. It's about knowing numbers, the language of numbers, and knowing where to put your motherfucking money at. But back to the policies and shit. When you get these policies, right, it's not only in depth. They tell niggas all the time, oh, well, you know, if you die, this, that, and the other, because that's what the fuck they want you to concentrate on. But a lot of these other cultures and shit like that, I mean, you're when you invest into these policies and all these other different things, you are accumulating interest with your money. Your money work faster. Now, let's just say, for instance, right, and I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible, because a lot, you know, our people don't speak an extensive vocabulary or even, you know, as far as what they deem to be like professionally speaking or whatever. So I'm gonna break shit down in a lot of street and drug terms, you know, just to use as an illustration on some parts. Okay, let's just say, for instance, right, bundles. I'm from East Baltimore, by the way. So back in the day in the 80s, if you had a bundle, that was $100. Okay, if you got 48 bundles and you paying your workers or whatever, right, $30 off of each bundle. So, you know, off of each bundle is worth 100, so it's like 70-30. If you bust it down 70-30 and you paying your peoples, you can pay your peoples off of the bundles, and then you get your guys who lookouts and shit like that. You pay them $20 off of each bundle, so that's another $20. So you turn in your $50 per bundle, far as you turning in your money on what you got to turn in. But everybody else make their money off of each bundle. So you push, you know, as you know, if you can push, you know, like maybe 10 to 12 bundles that day, that's good. You know what I'm saying? You and your partners, y'all make some money. Well, I'm gonna use that as an illustration, right? It's called points. The team leader, you know what I'm saying, the guy who running that crew on that block, he get paid points off of each bundle. So he turned his money in. So, you know, that crew may got 48 bundles. All right, and just hear me where I'm getting at. That crew over there might got 48 bundles that they gotta push. So they push all them fucking bundles together. So that crew get paid a certain amount off of that particular package that they pushing. So I'm just using this as an illustration. All right. Now, you purchase a policy. All right. And you design that policy to accumulate more of a cash value than the death benefit. But the policy itself, by you putting money into it, has 3 different categories. So you got the death benefit, you got the cash value, and you got the accumulated interest. And all you're doing is paying the premiums. Okay? Let's just say you've been putting the money into this policy for about maybe like 3 years. And it has roughly a cash value of I'll just say, hypothetically speaking, maybe like $3,500 cash value. Now, all because it got a cash value of $3,500, you don't touch the cash. Okay? You don't touch the cash. You use the cash value as leverage, and then you bargain that on a loan from the insurance company. When you bargain that on a loan from the insurance company, right, they give you a loan and they lean that up against the cash value for about as much as the cash value is. All right, you're still paying the premiums because it's your policy, and your money still is accumulating interest. So you take that loan and you go ahead and you finance whatever you need to finance, right? And then you do the same process all over again, and it pays for itself. So now you done control, now you are controlling the banking aspect, you know what I'm saying, of your lifestyle. And your dollars done became stronger because between, you know, it's your policy, so you paying yourself back what you borrowed from yourself. Same shit that you would do at a bank, but except a bank don't give you no potential, won't give you the potential interest like your policy would. Okay, so the more you pay into your policy, remember how I told you with the bundles, the more you pay into your policy, right, the faster the interest grows and the cash value grows within the policy. Because what do all banks need? All banks need capital. So if you can push a shitload of capital into your policy, oh, it's a definite economical tank. You can finance your house. You can finance every fucking thing. And if something happens to you, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Something happened to you, your death benefit is covered. Something happened to you, your children are covered. Something happened to you or whatever like that. If you have any attachable riders, meaning attachable benefits. If you have to miss work or something like that, your bills can still get paid. And you pay for this shit every month. That's true security. Insurance is true security. and you can sleep well at night. If you want to know what true security is, we have to start making our money work for us. It's not about making more money. If you don't know what to do with the fucking shit that you got already, there's no reason into getting more of that shit. Because all you're going to do is kill yourself with it. I don't need a whole lot of goddamn money. I just want enough to be able to make sure that my family is taken care of, and that when it's time, or when I get older, or when it's time for me to sit down and I can't do no more, that I've done enough and invested enough to where as though my assets will take care of everything. And notice how I said that. Notice how I said it. I ain't saying nothing about dying or nothing like that. Fuck no. That my assets, my investments will take care of the whole fucking family, because I done put enough capital in to do so. And yeah, if maybe something, you know what I'm saying, if something was to happen or whatever, everybody's covered. But because that's what the policies is for. So we got to start studying this shit. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about, all right, is keeping the money in the family. I don't know how many of y'all out there, if you got kids or whatever like that, right? If you got sisters or cousins or anything like that that don't have a fucking job, all of you women out there that got office jobs, all of you mothers out there that work for the government and shit like that, if you got a nice high-paying job, if you got family that ain't doing shit, hire them. Hire your cousins. The money that you would pay a babysitter or a daycare, hire them. Let's start employing some of our family members to do work around the house. Do you know I pay my daughter? I pay my daughter. Anytime my daughter come over my house or put in some work or something, I pay her. I exercise that. You know, black economics. I even pay my girlfriend. Yep, I pay her too. We all got to start getting used to fucking spreading the money around the fucking family. And it's just business. You understand what I'm saying? It's just business. You can write that shit off. You can do a whole lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's all a part of the money management, resource management program. You know, a lot of people have a lot of problems because they don't know what the fuck they doing with their money. They don't see where shit is going. You got to know what's going out and what's coming in. You know, if y'all keeping y'all money in the banks, do business with the banks. Meaning buy up CDs. See how much interest they pay. You know, if you're going to keep your money in the bank, see if they giving you 9% interest a year of keeping your money in the bank. And if so, if you're going to fuck with a bank, invest into the bank itself and build more of a relationship with the bank if you're going to keep your money in the bank. All right? See what offers that they got that can help your money grow if you're going to bank with them. Because don't think that they don't have no insurance policies. Them niggas got insurance policies. How you think they able to insure y'all? You think the bankers actually keep their money where y'all keeping y'all money? Fuck no. They make liens and loans on y'all money. And that's why I say pay your rent up for 2 and 3 months. Pay your rent up for 2 and 3 months. If you're going to take a loan to go get a car, you can take a loan out and tell the motherfuckers you want to pay your rent up. Fuck a vehicle. Pay your rent up first and then get the vehicle. It make perfect sense. Make perfect sense. If you lock down the crib first, everything else should be easy. That's 50% of the fucking battle right there. There's a lot of homeless people out here. A lot of homeless bitches out here too. It's sad to see females ass out, walking up and down the street and shit, talking to themselves. This shit's fucked up, yo. Like, for real. I see a lot of that shit around here. By the way, I'm in the D.C. area. The Maryland and D.C. area. You know, it's a lot of that shit going on. I looked at the news in California. You got a lot of tent communities and shit out there. Of motherfuckers that's homeless and shit like that, man. Like, this shit is really fucking, it's really bonkers, man. It's really fucking bonkers out this motherfucker, man. Like, bitches is being homeless, motherfuckers sucking dick and shit to get their rent paid. This shit is real. This money management channel is not like all the other, you know, professional joints. I'm gonna speak it like it is out here, like the way that I see this shit out here. Bitches is slutting to get their bills paid, and they don't even have to do that shit. All you gotta do is become an investor. Instead of sucking dick, you can buy some stock. There's other different ways to be creative with shit. Get into doing business a lot more. If you're gonna shake your ass for cash, take that cash and purchase a fucking $350,000 insurance policy out on that ass. You understand what I'm saying? Invest your fucking money so you ain't gotta shake your ass for a long ass time. If that's how you going, you gotta be smart about this shit. If y'all motherfuckers is gonna do that shit. And that's why a nigga like myself, I train different females to do that type of shit. Every female I come in contact with or whatever, I don't give a fuck about your ass or your titties or none of that shit, Slim. I give a fuck about what the fuck is upstairs, how your hustle is. And I ain't with that shit with you gaffling niggas out of fucking money. Cause you could be a businesswoman, you could be a thorough businesswoman. That's what the fuck I'm impressed with. Show me how you can make, you know what I'm saying, $100 from scratch. Can you sell some motherfucking t-shirts? Can you sell this pack of toilet tissue? Can you sell something? Can you make something? Instead of shaking your motherfucking ass. You understand what I'm saying? Not to get goods. If you gonna shake your ass because you want to, that's cool. If you feeling sexy or whatever. But not to get goods. Not to fucking like, you know, feed yourself, Slim, because you can feed yourself other different ways than besides disrespecting your moral integrity. Now, if you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, erotic, be erotic on your own time because that's what you want to do, but not to keep your fucking lights on. You understand what I'm saying? That means you really all fucked up in the game. And if you're gonna do that to make money off of that, then so be it. But be smart with it. Be smart with it. All you bitches out there that's stripping and getting all that cash and that money, I will be throwing that shit and buying up fucking stocks and every fucking thing and purchasing insurance policies on every fucking thing. And putting that shit into a business instead of looking good and shit like that. I mean, no, I'm saying you gonna look good, you could do that, but I'm just saying, be smart with your cash. Make investments. Start different businesses. So that way when you get old and your titties and shit start sagging and you can't dance no more and your beauty done left you and shit like that, your assets can take care of you. You done invested in $1 million in insurance policies that you can liquidate and live off of for the rest of your motherfucking life. Because the policies ain't just for death, it's also for living too. That's why it's called insurance. Pay attention to the definition. Don't make yourself a liability with the shit that you killing yourself for. Do you hear me? Do not make yourself a liability for the shit that you out here working hard for. Make yourself an asset. Invest into thyself. Feel me? Shit. But anyway, last thing I'm gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna get the fuck up off of here, yo, because it's finna get ready fucking rain again outside. But last thing I wanted to talk about is this. As far as the family actually sticking together, we gotta start doing that shit. And like I said, that the time is coming. So right now, as I'm talking to y'all, right, I love my black people. I'm so passionate, you know what I'm saying, about us handling business and taking care of each other because we've been fucked over for so long and there's so much like imbalanced shit that's going on with our families and shit like that psychologically, man. And I hope that 2/3 of us, because that's what's gonna be left. It's a lot of niggas that ain't gonna make it. And I expect the casualty rate to be high. So I wouldn't be surprised. But for the motherfuckers that want to do good, for all the fathers out there and for all the men out there that want to do good innately in their hearts, man, this is the way how to do it. We have to infuse that, you know what I'm saying? We have to internalize our resources within to our families. Put that shit into your kids. You know what I'm saying? Put your money, keep your money into the family. Stop outsourcing. You know what I'm saying? Let's internalize that. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to look out for us. They already moving niggas from the city all the way to the county. They doing this gentrification shit. All right, it's time for us to really actually look up and to really like pay attention to what the fuck is going on out here, man. So my advice to all of y'all, you know, this year, find businesses that you can put your money into. All right, pay all your child support. Pay your motherfucking bills up for months at a time. If you got a cell phone bill, I'm gonna say this shit again. If you got a motherfucking cell phone bill that's 75 to 60 goddamn dollars, pay that shit up for 5 months. If you can pay it up for the whole year, pay that shit up for the whole year and stop fucking playing. If you can go out and buy $200-300 and tennis shoes and fucking $900 and cost and fucking hair and nails and shit like that, pay your fucking phone bill up. If you can pay your rent up for 2 months, then do so. Get rid of the credit cards. All you motherfuckers out there, get rid of American Express. Get rid of all of that shit. You don't need them niggas. All right? And get you a fucking Visa card that you can load that got the same fucking type of benefits. And yeah, they charge you because you're using the Visa. All right? You don't need that. If you don't own the business, if you're not doing investment banking, leave the banks alone. Leave the motherfucking banks alone. Cut all them niggas off. And if you got a mortgage, make sure that you write a letter to the bank telling them that you want to put $200-300 extra on the principal of the house when you go to pay your mortgage for your house. The same thing with your goddamn car note. Do you hear me? You got to start knowing how to deal with these motherfuckers, young. Because we're at the age now where people fighting for resources. So I want y'all to go to YouTube, check out the Lee Majors Money Management channel. There's going to be more to come. I got a lot more shit that's going to be out there for our social media and relinquishing this information, you know, for the community, especially the hip-hop community, too. I wanted to say this. I know we all not going to be able to agree on everything. I don't expect for anybody, you know, to do so. But just understand and know that I'm putting something out there, you know what I'm saying? So you can't cry to God and say, oh, well, I didn't know this shit. No. Y'all do y'all research on everything. All right? And until next time, I'm going to report some more shit again. Until next time, peace and love, y'all. You know, keep shit tight, stay alert, and stay motherfucking frosty. And I'm out, man. Oh, and by the way, make sure you got your fans rolling and set your temperatures out because this heat out here is a motherfucker. So peace out, y'all. One.